joy, of triumph of the human spirit, a new anti-stuttering technique called the Maguire program. It's been helping people all over the world to overcome the paralysing affliction. We decided to revisit a couple of the people this week to see just how much it really has helped, and, well, we won't tell you too much. Laura Sparks reports.
My name is
This course has changed my life, and apart from marrying my wife, it's the best thing I've ever done. Now there's a lot of words which I was very scared of back for years, and now I can say them all right.
Recovery from stammering isn't a pastime or a hobby, it's a war. And all that we do is offer you the weapons to fight that war. And as long as you apply the weapons that we provide you with, then you can win the war.
I'm very happy if one has been helped, that it does not necessarily justify a program coming from overseas run by laypersons who don't understand the literature, don't read their research journals, who charge a lot for their research, for their treatments, etc.
You've got to work hard. You've got to really try, like you've never tried in your life before.
We're talking about the Maguire program, a new treatment for stuttering that hit Australia 6 months ago, developed by a man who knows the horrors of stuttering, David Maguire. The technique focuses on breathing and self-esteem and has been on offer in the UK for 5 years. While it may be controversial for those who underwent the first 3-day intensive course in Sydney, it's been a heaven-sent gift.
I'd have to say that I've achieved a better than 80% improvement with this technique.
This was Barry Fraser 6 months ago. He couldn't even say his own name.
Barry.
But after just 3 days, he got up and spoke publicly in Sydney's tourist heartland, Circular Quay.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Barry Fraser.
6 months down the track, Barry is a success story. Rarely stuttering, he uses the technique during every waking hour.
This thing we do, it's not like a tap that we just turn on and off as we need it, as the situation arises. It is constantly focusing on our breathing, our speaking, the whole technique, and applying it in every situation, be it at home, work, or on the golf course.
Working as an accountant in Brisbane, Barry has found his job much easier lately. And when it comes to socialising, you can't shut him up.
I can make restaurant bookings. I can surprise my wife with where we may go. I order the drinks from the bar now. But for the past years and years, I've had a real fear of the word Wollongong, and I couldn't say that ever. Now I can usually say it all right. Wollongong. Yeah.
Matthew Tucker was one of the younger ones on the course. Like most of the others, he'd tried everything to get rid of the affliction.
I've done cookies. I think those ones are pretty full. I think I've still got a long way to go, but I'm a fair bit better than I was 6 months ago.
Matt, what's that like for you to see yourself the first day of that course?
Pretty hard. I just think there's no way I'll be going back to that. I'm not going to do that ever again.
Alan, what's it like for you to see how your son's changed in 6 months?
I guess it's like somebody in a wheelchair that now can get up and go for a walk. It's the same affliction. It's not seen as a visual thing, but the results are on the table. They're absolutely excellent.
I live it.
And then there was Nick Dole, who was sceptical of the technique. But since the first course, he's travelled overseas by himself and attended a couple of other Maguire sessions.
I now avoid doing nothing.
So if I want to make that important telephone call or anything, I just don't avoid it.
I think it's an untested, unvalidated treatment at this point in time. It's going to put these electrodes on your skin, Paul.
But not everyone is raving over the program. Professor Ashley Craig from the University of Technology in Sydney is head of the Stuttering Clinic.
It's very expensive, and also there are very good treatments in Australia which we've evolved here and which are now known internationally and are used overseas quite a lot and are much more effective, I believe.
A lot of the guys in the class were frustrated because previous treatments they'd tried hadn't helped.
You might well be looking at people who are difficult to treat or have not found a treatment that suits them. But I might suggest that they might be very rare people.
We do get our critics quite a lot, but what I would say to them is the proof is in the pudding. Okay, let's concentrate and do 20 minutes of breathing.
You only have to listen to Scott McIntosh speak to hear that proof. He went through the program 12 months ago. Now he organises the Australian courses.
I know that many other techniques try to change the way you speak to such an extent that you feel embarrassed about your new way of speaking. I think with this technique, it's such a strong and powerful way of speaking. Take a deep breath and release your air and then pause for 45 seconds. So we'll give that a go, all right?
He now runs weekly follow-up support groups for anyone who's been through the course.
Most of them are doing all right. It's still in the early stages for them. 6 months isn't a long time to recover from a lifetime of stammering. You have to give this thing a long time to work for you.
Wollongong, isn't that amazing? Laura Sparks reporting.